Hey, what's up everybody? It's the HYPHENATE here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to control your Nanlite Pavotube II lights using the Nanlink app. It's very important to know that you do need to have the latest firmware update installed on the Pavotube II series lights in order for them to work with the Nanlink app. Now currently the Nanlink app is only available on Apple devices. Unfortunately, it's not yet available on Android. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to control one light using the app. And then I do have other videos on this channel that show you the more complex setups with multiple lights. Now currently you see two Pavotubes behind me. These are the 15X in blue. Those I already have set to a scene, and we're not going to control those in this video. I'm going to show you guys how to control just one of my Cct Pavotube lights. I have one here and I have one here. All right, so we're going to launch the Nanlink app. Now in order to control any light in the app, you need to set a scene first. All right, so now we're in the app, and in the main menu, we have scenes. Now, it's important to know that the only way to actually control the lights is to create a scene first, and then you add the light, also known as a fixture, into that scene. Now, once a light is set into a scene, then you won't be able to control that light in another scene. So on the top left, let's click on the menu button. We're gonna click New Scene. We're gonna call this 6C. Create. Now, before we get into that, you see on the top, I have a scene called Black Room. That has two fixtures. Now, that scene is for these two Pavotubes behind me, the 15X that are in blue. Now, if I wanted to, I could add this 6C Pavotube into that scene and control all the three lights in one scene. But for this video, we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna control just one light with its own scene. So enter the 6C scene, and then now you see a big plus symbol in the middle, and it says tap to add a new fixture. Click on that, and then now you have two options, via Bluetooth or via 2.4G. Now 2.4G is for some of the older Nanlite products that don't have Bluetooth built in. But all the new lights, including the Pavotube II series lights, including the 15X, 60X, 30X, and the 6C, those all work with Bluetooth. Again, you do need to have the firmware update on these lights in order for the Bluetooth functionality to be available. So we're going to click on Bluetooth. Now you'll see whatever lights you have on that have not already been connected to a scene pop up here. So here I have the two 6C lights. They both popped up. Again, the Pavotube 15X lights behind me will not pop up because they're already set to another scene. If I wanted to add those here, I'd have to go manually into the actual light, go into the menu and reset the Bluetooth. Then the Bluetooth would be discoverable and I can add it into this scene. So I want this light, which I know is channel 100. I'm going to click on that, and then we're going to select done. Setting up fixtures, 1 of 1, because we only chose one. Again, I can add multiple lights if I wanted to. And now you'll see that a fixture has been added to the scene. So we have just this one Pavotube C. Sometimes it'll turn on at full brightness, or it'll go into a certain mode. It doesn't really matter. To adjust the mode, you actually click on the actual fixture, and then you can change all the settings from there. Now, before we go into that fixture, you can see on the right, we have a little light bulb symbol, and then we have a little menu symbol, 3 dots. If you click the light bulb symbol, it'll turn that light off. Turn it back on, turn it back off. Now, if we click on the menu, now you can rename that device. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it 6C left or anything you want. You can reset the name to whatever the device is, and you can change the address, which is the channel. So we're gonna go ahead and cancel and get out of that. Now we're gonna go into the Pavotube II 6C fixture, click on that, and then now we'll get into the modes and all the parameters that each mode has. So starting off, we have Cct Mode, which is your color temperature mode. Right now it's at 0%, so let's turn it on to, let's say, 5%. Now you have your CCT. Depending on the light, the parameters will adjust to whatever that light can do. So this light can do all the way down to 2700 Kelvin, or it can go all the way up to 7500 Kelvin. And then it also has the green magenta compensation. So let's go ahead and go to 0 green magenta, 5600 Kelvin to match the room, and 5% output is perfectly fine. Now to the right of dim, you have a little switch that you can click on that says 2 sec. That is an on-off switch that'll power on or off in 2 seconds. Let's go ahead and turn it back on. So if you're trying to save battery, definitely once you have your settings dialed in, turn it off and leave it there, and then it's actually still on behind the unit, but just no major power consumption because the light is not emitting. So that way, set up all your lights, get your scene ready, and then when you're ready to get everything going, turn the lights back on. Now let's go ahead and click on the Cct mode to get into the submenu of the different modes available. We have HSI. Now at the top you have your dim, and then you have a big rectangular slab that shows you what color is actually active. So I can move it around, and you can see as I move this around, it's actually very responsive. There's very little delay Let's increase the output so that way you can see the colors a little bit more. So let's go to like 50%. Yeah. And then let's go to, let's say, green. Now, underneath that big rectangular slab that shows you what color you're in, there are 3 options that you can adjust to make color changes. So you have on the left the little circle, which is the wheel, which is what we've been moving. To the right of that, you have a little slider option. Click on that, and now you can adjust the hue and saturation by sliders. So let's say we want it red. We know that's 0. Saturation, if we wanted to have that a little less vibrant. Let's say we wanted to go to some type of purplish pink. Let's go to 300. And then saturation 100. So easy to use. Now to the right of the little slider option, you have a camera icon. If you click on that, it's actually going to turn on the camera here. It's actually going to let your camera to select a color that it sees. This entire room is pretty much black, but I do have a water gallon here that has a label on it with several colors. So let's go ahead and click on that camera button. It'll turn on my camera. And then now we can choose a color. As you see, I move this around. If I click the little camera button, it'll take a picture. So let's say we want that pink right there. Snap. Boom. Now it shows you the hue and saturation of what the camera sees. If that's what I want, I click done. And instantly that light changes to whatever I just chose. And then I can fine tune the settings there, hue, saturation, etc. Now if we want to go into effects, click on HSI mode and go to the effect mode. Now here you have hue loop, and then you do have all the parameters that you can adjust, all the different sliders, depending on each effect. So each effect has different sets of parameters, and they'll adjust depending on what you go into. So if we click on hue loop, we get into a sub menu of various effects. So let's go to cop car. Again, you have your dim, speed, and single, double, triple, etc. Let's go into candle fire. You can make all types of adjustments here. Scroll back up, click on candle fire to go into a different one. Let's go to flash. Let's go back to hue loop. And now one of the great things is that you can save presets on any mode. So whether it's CCT, HSI, or even effect. Once you dial in what you want and you want to be able to recall it at any moment, just a click of a button, you can go ahead and save a preset. So let's go back into CCT mode. And actually, you know what? Let's go to HSI mode. Let's say we want this magenta-ish color to be a preset of ours. And we want it to be at, let's say, 65% output power, hue 300, saturation 100. All we got to do to save this is click the little heart with the plus symbol. Now we can call it whatever we want. And we'll call this Pink Ranger. Confirm. Now, let's say I take this light and I go somewhere else and I change the settings. Let's say I did a shoot and I was using this light at 7,500 Kelvin at 23%. With plus 41 green. Now I finish my shoot, I turn that off, I leave. Let's say I come back here and I want that Pink Ranger setting back. I want to be able to just dial it in right away. All you got to do is click on the CCT mode, go down to where it says preset, and all your presets will be there. Now here you can see 2 other presets that you guys didn't see me make. Those are presets from another scene. My black room scene that controls these 2 Pavotubes back here. I can actually use one of those presets onto this light, but it doesn't affect the lights that are in that scene because this scene is only controlling this 6C fixture, not these 2 Pavotubes back here. Now currently the 15X behind me is using the glass blue 5, which is a specific blue color at 5% output power. If I select that in this scene that we're in for the 6C and I press enter, now it's going to go ahead and change that to match the same setting as those lights. But let's say we want that Pink Ranger. Click on preset, go down to Pink Ranger, select that, and then enter. And there we go. Now we have our preset that we saved earlier. Again, this can work with any mode, including effects. So there you guys have it. That's how simple it is to control your Pavotube II series lights using the Nanlink app. Now I do have another video on this channel that shows you how to control multiple lights in one scene. So if you want to see how to do that, go ahead and watch that video. I have a link in the description. If you're interested in getting these lights or any other products that I use, I do have links in the description where you can purchase them. It doesn't change the price that you get it at, but it does help this channel. Please make sure to drop a like on this video, drop a comment below if you have any questions, and please make sure to subscribe. I have a lot more videos coming soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.